Overnight streams, I guess, are how I like to do it. I don't fucking know, man. What's wrong with me? But I like to get real fucking stoned real late at night and entertain y'all with bullshit. Let's see. I don't think that's gonna be any good. This is brand new. Throw that in there. Bill Burr, why not? When a CIA hacker goes rogue. This fucking guy, Trump. It's like half the drink already. Opeth growls again. I wonder what that was about. I didn't pay attention to that. Morning. Let's see. Let's just blast that open. What else can we throw in the mix? I already did that. I saw Deadpool the other night. I just watched it at home. Like, I didn't feel like going to pay for it. It was getting ruined by YouTube. All the cameos. I gotta see this before everything's ruined. And yeah, so it did ruin like 1 or 2 cameos for me, unfortunately, but I got the cam version of the movie that's out there. It's like, it's okay. It's watchable. A lot of low-end problems. Low frequency bass problem. But yeah. We'll just add that to the queue. And
after the championship,
God, that's loud.
Hey.
Only one thing could stand in the way of love.
Alright guys, how you doing? It's Revere. Hope you're all well. So you're probably all really enjoying plugin compatibility on Quad Cortex as the new update just came out. And I wanted to make this video as a little bit of fun, but also answer a couple of questions I've had recently on my content regarding Quad Cortex. So this video is basically split into 2 parts. The first part is me explaining to you how I'm going about using both XLR out with IRs to front of house, but also sending it to real.
Oh, this drink is so fucking good.
Stage when I'm playing live.
It's cinnamon toast crunch iced coffee. So if you ever had cinnamon toast crunch and you drink the leche after it's been, you know, sitting in the toast crunch for a minute, you get a really
So
sugary
hopefully
flavor.
you can join
Obviously,
me in
it
this
tastes
little
amazing.
tonal exploration.
But
I think it's going to be fun, and I'm really
that's what
interested
this
to hear
is.
how the
Coffee
plug-in
that
presets sound
tastes
out
like
of real
that.
amplifiers, as opposed to hearing them
Really
straight
good.
out the XLR outs, or front
Probably
house, or
overdoing
monitors,
it with the
all
sugar,
the
but I
rest
don't
of it,
care.
which is something we've never really been able to do
Like I said, I'm
easily
fucking
because we don't have
stoned.
plugins on Quad Cortex until now. So let's crack
Fucking
on
lit up
straight
with
into it
some
and start by
edibles.
showing you how you would go about routing your amp models inside QC to come out of both
You're
real
gonna root
amplifiers
me.
and cabs and the XLR outs. Okay, first things first, the cabinets. We've got an Alnico Gold cab, we've got a V30 cab. We're running 2 Krakens, and we've got an SM7B on the Alnico Gold and a 57 on the V30. In terms of getting the QC signal to the amplifiers, it's worth saying you don't have to use 2 amplifiers. I just like stereo effects. You can do this with 1. But we have more than one output on the back of QC.
Having
1 and 2.
technical
XLR,
difficulties
the
there,
outputs 3 and 4,
boys.
which are jack.
Oh no.
So what I'm doing here is I'm taking 2
Oh
jack
no.
leads from out 3 and 4 into the respective return, effects loop return on both amplifiers. If you're doing this with 1 amp, you could take out 3 or out 4 to the effects loop return of an amplifier. The reason that you put it in the effects return is because you're bypassing the preamp section of the chosen amplifier. So this could be any amp, it doesn't have to be a Victory Kraken. As long as it has an effects loop to get the best results, plug it into the effects return, you bypass the preamp section of the amplifier, and you get to use any amp model inside QC with effects, all that kind of stuff, and send that signal to a real amp,
All right.
a real cab, and that's how you get the sound.
Monitoring the feed on my iPhone. Should I do the body cam one? That one was kind of fun. Let's do that one. Let's knock that out. Let's knock that shit to the ground. Ground and pound. This thing is so good. Wish I had like a whole case of this. Can't hear anything from the Grow Zero.
After the amp, in which case we need to put an IR block on this side. Dual IR. What you're looking at is my guitar comes in here.
I noticed people on the forum, people's on the forums.
One signal to my cabinets and the other signal to an IR block out of output 1, 2. So I'm going to do 1 chord. This is the cab sound.
On the Reddit forums for Neural DSP, when they upgraded to the new OS operating system for their Neural DSP floor unit. What the hell is it called? The Quad Cortex. Such a weird. When they updated the OS for the Quad Cortex, which includes the plug-in compatibility, which is what everyone's been waiting for several years, I think now.
I'm just going to move this cab block along
on the forums, Neural DSP's forum on Reddit, people are remarking that the plugins sound better than anything that's on the actual Quad Cortex, which is probably, that's pretty amazing because and I probably could have gotten a Quad Cortex instead of this, like, what I got was a Dell XPS 15, which is what I'm using to live stream. So ugh, terrible. Man, that Cinnamon Toast Crunch iced coffee, it's just so good.
That's great, but on top of that, I can give you the same sound, that feeling of the cabs roaring back. that happens is kind of And that's why that's really fun to do that really loud audio amplifier happening on the stage. It's possible to monitor wedges and just having that sound coming out of QC. But also monitors, if you crank them, you can get that sound, but it isn't the same. And being completely honest,
just staking people out.
About having like real life models and all the rest of it, I'm bridging that gap with this approach. I think it's great. So I get to crank the tube amp, and I get to have all the feel and response. Same consistent sound. In any case, that's how you do it. Hopefully that made sense and John was able to edit that down nice and concise. But now let's move on to the video. Using that type of
Nice.
Seeing how they sound coming out of real cows. So, if you've got presets, plug-in presets at the bottom, plenty X. Let's do a list. Sunrise, lead. Okay, so the first one out here is but the beauty of it being on QC is we can move those blocks wherever we want. Preset however which way we want. So,
Woo, swoosh. This thing is dumb as shit. What the fuck is going on? Shit.
We're going to keep that as 1 and 2, and then the split becomes 3 and 4. And now this is the exact same preset, the electric sunrise preset, but we've split the signal so that I get to have it coming out of tube amps, and then I can also send the cab tone to output 1 and 2. So let's hear the original preset first, coming out of the XLR out using
Your cowboy hat blocked the bullets. That's what it looked like, huh? Whoa, who has that? Someone's got some serious firepower. Oh my goodness. Got destroyed. Who the fuck is shooting at me? Yeah. Oh no. getting wrecked. Can't get the hits. The hits just keep coming. Oh no. I think she materialized right in front of my eyes. I was like, what was that? Oh. Run and die. Run and die. Oh. Woo. Whoa! Oh. Shot in the back. GG monkey, you have betrayed me. You have betrayed me just as the prophecy foretold. Oh. Whoa. Honestly, what happened? Alright, we're gonna play just a little bit more and then I'm probably gotta work on 1 yard shot. I don't wanna do that.
Straight out of the cab.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Ah! Holy shit! Ah! Just shooting randomly. Ah! I can hear them running around, but I cannot see them.
I'm gonna start. JD.
What was that?
Set up this split once again, just before the cab block. In fact, I'm gonna move the cab block to the end because I think that EQ is probably quite important.
Killed the both of us. All right.
Let's have a listen to this. So, hear it out of the plug-in first.
Oof. Oof. Medical evaluation, fail. Physical evaluation, fail. Psychological evaluation. Substance abuse indicated. Oof.
Let's hear it out of the cabs.
Ugh! Shit! Fuck! Damn!
Pretty fierce indeed. Try
Oh! What the fuck?
Hopefully this is all sinking in by now.
Ah! Just a straight shot to the dome. Fucking hiding out.
So hopefully John was flicking between the IR block and the cabinets. But this is just really fun. Let's try an out. Let's take Nolly, for example. Wide lead. And 2, 3, 4. Let's see how this sounds.
Oh! Oh, fuck. Damn, like that. Like, I missed all of those shots and I got myself killed. Eat, 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 eat. Oh, I got blowed up. I got blowed up.
Well, that works. I'm really interested to hear how different presets. All of these have been made through studio plugins and stuff, right? You know,
Come on, something.
so it's going to be interesting to see how people are dialing into it and then using the real apps to see just
Can they?
how they are, I guess, like how realistic, not the quality,
Oh! Woo!
live kind of guitar tones people are dialing in. Let's try.
Making music doesn't have to be expensive. Save big on Gibson, Strymon, Fender, and more on Reverb. From everyday savings on used and like new music gear to sales from top sellers that you won't find anywhere else.
Oh, this one's fucking crazy. Ah! Fuck. Oh, fuck. I keep forgetting these are like automatic weapons. Like they're over there.
Down 8, 7 zones.
Oh, Oh man, this is fun. Oh, whoa! I got killed by another machine.
Transpose because it's fun.
Oh shit! Spooderman got me. Is that Spooderman? I don't know what the fuck that is. Oh! Too much violence for one night. Oh, that's too much. Ah!
We'll end it there.
Ah.
But also, future and recording 5 seconds, you get right out there. Prefer that on your using microphones changes, you know, different speakers.
Damn, that was an intense battle. Oh, oh, he died. What is it? Escape? Yeah, I'm good. Is it escape? I thought it was escape. What was it?
But one thing that's really
Shift
interesting here is
escape.
that it then, by using
There's
it
a
through an amplifier in the
delete.
cabinet section, those are the cabs that I know. And
I forgot what it was.
And it's like there's a lot of differences.
I don't want to play no more.
At the same time,
Trying to like quit. Advance. Oh no. Doesn't do it. it is. What was it? Whatever it is, there. Then whatever. Skip that.
Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast, and I'm just checking in on you.
Here we go.
Just seeing how your week's going. Geez. Speaking of how your week's going, a great friend of mine goes out on the road with me. Bianca Cristoval is doing the Edinburgh, however you say it. However the locals say it, over in Scotland, August 1st to August 25th, she's going to be performing at downstairs at Betty's, 15 Charlotte Lane. Showtime is 4 p.m. That's what it says. It says time 16, right? That's military for 4 p.m. You'd always just go -2. If it says 18, you go -2, that's 16. You throw out the 1 at 6 o'clock, you know, or you could just say 6 p.m. Anyway, she'll be over there with a million other comics, so please go out and support her. I'm Bill Burr, and I approve of that message. All right, there you go. And with that, have you been watching the Olympics? Can I ask you a question?
Okay.
The shorter fucking route is what isn't an Olympic event at this point. I literally watched 3-on-3 hoop, which was fun to watch, but I'm like, this is a fucking Olympic event? You know, it's funny, 3-on-3 hoop, fucking half court. It was all white guys. It was like the NBA in the fucking 1960s all over again. Looked like the 1960 Boston Celtics minus Bill Russell. It was Croatia versus the United States.
Bill Barr.
It's 2017. It's the day before the Super Bowl. Beyonce announced she's expecting twins. Bad and Bougie hits #1 on the Billboard charts. And the whistleblowing platform WikiLeaks begins sending a series of cryptic tweets. What is Vault 7? This initial question is paired with a photograph of the Global Seed Vault in Norway, an area that has been the target of many conspiracy theories, leaving viewers wondering what the connection is. The next day, another question is asked, along with another photo, this time of a Nazi vault, used to store gold during the 1940s. This continues for 4 more days, each tweet posing another question along with another photo. An engine test at Langley Air Force Base in Virginia, fake newspaper covers of famous whistleblowers, a stock image of a welder, and lastly, a photo of a woman mailing a letter, reportedly taken by East Germany's secret police during their surveillance operations. After February 9th, the tweets stop. Online posters begin trying to decipher the meaning behind these seemingly unconnected photos and that initial question. Most believed it would be a continuation of the Hillary Clinton email releases, which WikiLeaks was known for. Some think it could be connected to World Trade Center Building 7, and a few even suggest that the tweets could be the work of the cryptographic puzzle organization Cicada 3301. But it wouldn't be until almost a month later that WikiLeaks would mention Vault 7 again, this time with no warning. Vault 7 Year 0, a torrent link to a set of encrypted files accessible only with a password. That password, a John F. Kennedy quote released the following morning, unveiled 8,761 files on hacking and surveillance techniques developed and used by the CIA, making this the largest leak of classified intelligence documents in history.
Criminal investigation is underway in the U.S. following the leak of
some 8,000 documents that details
the CIA's technical capability to carry out hacking.
Would like to thank the CIA for their gift of the brand new smart television.
WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange criticized the CIA for keeping the data in one place, calling it incompetent.
Is it clear to you, Michael, that this was an inside job?
Absolutely. This has to be an inside job.
You can surveil someone through their phones, through their television sets, and microwaves that turn into cameras, etc.
Your name, your phone number, your home address, your email address, social media accounts, family members, and court records. All these personal private details are scattered across the internet, accessible to anybody curious enough to look. This information is being traded right now by entities known as data brokers. They're not some shadowy figures from a spy thriller. They're legitimate businesses, making a profit off your private lives, creating detailed profiles on us without our consent. But that's where today's sponsor, Delete Me, steps in. Delete Me is here to do the heavy lifting of pulling your personal information off these sites that trade them like it's the stock market. They continuously monitor these data brokers to ensure that your information doesn't just get removed once, but stays off. And this industry trading in your personal details, it's a $300 billion behemoth that's growing every day. As it gets bigger, your information becomes more valuable. And the risks to your personal safety, like identity theft, financial fraud, and even stalking, escalate. Since I started using their service, they've tackled 36 data brokers to scrub my personal information, dramatically reducing my digital footprint. And this isn't just a one-time cleanup. It's an ongoing battle for privacy, and Delete Me fights it 365 days a year. So if you're ready to easily protect yourself and your family from the prying eyes of data brokers, head on over to joindeleteme.com/TyFrom99 and use my promo code to get 20% off all of their packages. Thank you to Delete Me for sponsoring today's video. Somewhere in the suburbs of Northern Virginia, there's an office building that looks like any other office building, except this one has fences fit for a prison and guards who are equipped for a full-scale firefight. Just to get in requires a security check and a key card, because this building houses the Cyber Intelligence Division of the CIA. On the 9th floor, through another door that requires badge access, lies the Operations Support Branch for this Cyber Intelligence Division. The OSB is considered the CIA's hacker unit and only employs around a dozen people. It is in this office, on this private network, not connected to the internet, that the Vault 7 tools were developed and maintained, meaning that this leak came from this room. 20 minutes after WikiLeaks tweets the password to those encrypted files, it announces that the planned press conference from WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange has been put on hold since his video streams are being hit offline. Within hours, news outlets such as The Guardian, Wired, and the New York Times begin reporting on the release, and researchers around the globe begin diving into the extensive documentation. But we still haven't answered that initial question. What exactly is Vault 7? The series of releases, published from March to November, alleged that the US consulate in Frankfurt, Germany is a covert CIA hacking base used to attack targets in Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. Revealed that the CIA has a practice of stealing malware from foreign states such as Russia and using these in attacks to leave behind the digital fingerprint of the groups the attack techniques are stolen from, essentially framing others for their operations. And detailed how the CIA hoarded zero-day vulnerabilities. The agency not only stockpiled these, but also purchased them from private entities without disclosing the vulnerabilities to the software manufacturer. Now, none of this is particularly
Those fake ads really drive you mad, huh? The game looks so fun in the ads, but when you
surprising or unique. It's a fair assumption that every nation state with a robust intelligence network probably engages in similar activities. Countries like Russia, China, Israel, and North Korea have well-documented histories of cyber espionage and cyber warfare. But the real highlight of the release were the tools developed by the CIA from 2008 to 2016 for conducting these attacks. Some of these tools include Hive, Scribbles, Fine Dining, Sonic Screwdriver, Night Skies, and Weeping Angel. Hive was a command and control framework used to manage malware implants on compromised systems. A command and control framework allows an attacker, or in this case the CIA, to essentially communicate and send commands to malware they've implanted on a system. Hive allowed the CIA to do all of this through websites that appeared ordinary. To anybody who came across the connection, it would appear to just be a normal link to maybe a software website, when the underlying traffic would actually be extracting sensitive information from the targeted devices back to the CIA servers. Scribbles, dubbed the Snowden Stopper, is a tool that embedded web beacon tags into confidential documents that were likely to be stolen. The purpose of this is to track access by whistleblowers and foreign spies. It would generate invisible, unique watermarks for Microsoft Office documents, which, when opened, sent information back to the CIA about the viewer. Fine Dining, a collection of malware-laced applications that were disguised as legitimate programs. Agents could use these apps, stored on a USB drive, to infect the target's computer while appearing to just run normal software. The list of decoy apps include VLC, Google Chrome Opera, and Firefox, LibreOffice, Prezi, Skype, 7-Zip, the game 2048, and even some antivirus software. Sonic Screwdriver was a tool that manipulated the firmware of Apple's Thunderbolt to Ethernet adapters, making them store and execute malicious code during a max boot process. This means it would bypass security mechanisms like firmware passwords, taking control of the system before the operating system even loads. And because the attacks target the low-level firmware of the computer, the malicious code would persist even after the operating system is completely reinstalled. Continuing with the Apple attacks, Night Skies works like a basic command and control system, but it can also uniquely embed itself into the iTunes application. This allows the CIA to monitor and control not just the Mac, but also any iPhone that's synced with it, and most famously, Weeping Angel. Weeping Angel was a software suite developed in partnership with Britain's MI5 that would allow Samsung TVs to be turned into listening devices, even when they appeared to be turned off. This fake off mode would allow the TV to secretly record conversations, store and exfiltrate audio without the user's knowledge, effectively turning your TV into a listening device. Now, these tools are just a handful of the entire collection. There are dozens of others, such as Fight Club and Ricky Bobby, that are a little less unique. The Vault 7 release also contains some mostly irrelevant but interesting notes, such as one CIA employee recommending their colleagues read Reddit to stay up to date on information, a how-to guide on remaining undercover while overseas, an entire page of Japanese emojis, and documents suggesting that the CIA was exploring ways to infect the control systems used by modern internet-connected vehicles. The purpose of this wasn't explicitly stated, but it would permit the CIA to engage in nearly undetectable assassinations, according to WikiLeaks. The day after the leak, the CIA releases a statement saying the American public should be deeply troubled by any disclosure designed to damage the intelligence community's ability to protect America, insisted that they do not target U.S. citizens, and said its activities comply fully with the U.S. law and the Constitution. Julian Assange finally manages to conduct a live press conference where he vets questions from media outlets, and a few days later, former CIA Deputy Director Mike Morrell says the information released by WikiLeaks was on the CIA's top secret network. So
this has to be an inside job.
President Trump, who had previously benefited from WikiLeaks' release of Hillary Clinton's emails, was now in an awkward position. When he was running for office, he said,
"They want to distract us from WikiLeaks. It's been amazing what's coming out on WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks, I love WikiLeaks."
But now he was more.
Though.
I know nothing about WikiLeaks. It's not my thing. I know nothing really about them. It's not my deal in life.
In fact, it was this leak that led CIA Director Mike Pompeo and other Trump administration officials to allegedly plan the kidnapping and assassination of Julian Assange. But now that we've answered what Vault 7 is, now comes the question of why. Why did whoever have access to these files feel the need to give them to WikiLeaks, or more importantly, feel the need to make this information public? When news outlets began picking up the release, little by little this misconception emerged that the tool Weeping Angel was used to spy on millions of Americans. This still persists even today, but it's not true, and the reason for that is simple. The vast majority of tools leaked in Vault 7 are designed in a way that requires physical access to the target devices at least once. They reflect the needs of CIA agents in the field, working with target devices directly, looking to gather specific information. The only real way this could be used to spy on the masses would be to infect the Samsung devices at the place they're manufactured, or sometime before they arrive at the store you buy one at. While this is certainly possible, and it's believed that this is the way they infected the iPhones of specific targets, doing this on a massive scale is unlikely and mostly a theory created by people who simply don't understand what these tools are capable of. Unlike the Snowden leaks, these tools weren't used to spy on millions of everyday citizens, so outside of understanding what's possible by people looking to target you, there's no real tangible benefit American citizens get from having this information public. On September 11th, just hours after the towers went down, a senator from Utah told reporters that the CIA had intercepted a phone call between bin Laden associates discussing the attacks on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon. While American citizens might have been glad to hear that, that upset the White House because it tipped off the terrorists that the US government had been spying on them and the methods they used to do so, which in turn burnt that method. Whoever leaked Vault 7 intentionally hindered national security efforts and did so knowing that it could potentially stop operations that were aimed at protecting the public. And they did that with very little actual benefit. So why do it? What was the real motive? 6 days after WikiLeaks publishes Vault 7, federal agents raid the apartment of Bloomberg software engineer Joshua Schultz. In his apartment, they find a treasure trove of electronic devices and digital media. But here's the thing. The FBI doesn't want to tip off Schultz, who's currently at work, that he's under surveillance as their prime suspect. So instead of confiscating or copying anything off his devices,
why do I use Navan?
No one asked you.
It makes managing business travel spend.
they simply take photos of his apartment and leave. 2 days later, at 120 Park Avenue in Manhattan, Schultz clocks out of work and starts making his way back home. But as soon as he leaves the building, he's greeted by 2 FBI agents that introduce themselves and invite him to chat. Schultz is well aware of the ongoing investigation and agrees to cooperate, so they head to a cafe not far from the building. Little does he know, as he sits down to talk about the Vault 7 leaks, a quarter mile down the road, a team of FBI agents are stationed outside his apartment, ready to conduct a full-scale raid. In 2011, fresh out of college and an NSA internship, Schultz began working for the agency as an engineer in the Operations Support Branch. In 2015, he was even made an administrator for the CIA's private developer network known as DevLAN, which gave him the power to control access to the network and therefore access to the tools leaked in Vault 7. Despite the serious nature of the branch's work, building tools for CIA agents that were literally used in life or death situations, the OSB was run more like a tech startup, a little more laid back than what you're probably picturing. They used pop culture references for official CIA tools like Ricky Bobby, gave each other office nicknames like Dick Move, and even had full-scale Nerf gun firefights in the office. Schultz, who was described by his co-workers as opinionated and a little rough around the edges, seemed to thrive in this environment. However, things changed to control access to the photos of his apartment and leave. The internship, Schultz began working for the agency as an engineer in the Operations Support Branch. In 2015, he was even made an administrator for the CIA's private developer network known as DevLAN, which gave him the power to control access to the network and therefore access to the tools leaked in Vault 7. Despite the serious nature of the branch's work, building tools for CIA agents that were literally used in life or death situations, the OSB was run more like a tech startup, a little more laid back than what you're probably picturing. They used pop culture references for official CIA tools like Ricky Bobby, gave each other office nicknames like Dick Move, and even had full-scale Nerf gun firefights in the office. Schultz, who was described by his co-workers as opinionated and a little rough around the edges, seemed to thrive in this environment. However, things changed sometime in 2015, when a new hire known as Amal decided he wasn't as comfortable with the atmosphere. Amal was a little more professional, didn't seem to like Schultz or the Nerf gun firefights, and even nicknamed Schultz Bald Asshole. In October of 2015, Amal began complaining to an OSB supervisor that Schultz was childish and dangerous. In response, Schultz called Amal derogatory and abusive, saying Amal had told him, "I wish you would die in a fiery car crash. I want to piss on your grave." Schultz noted that words like that do little to foster collaboration. It wouldn't end there though. In March of 2016, Schultz filed an official formal complaint with CIA officials after Amal reportedly told him, "I wish you were dead. That's not a threat, that's a promise." Schultz said he believed that this was a serious death threat and that he feared for his life. The CIA security official in charge responded to the complaint by saying he couldn't play high school counselor.
Yeah? The fuck is wrong with you two?
This response made Schultz angry. He felt that the CIA wasn't taking his death threat seriously enough. So he decided to go higher up the ladder and complain to the director of cyber intelligence. After a pointless meeting, Bonnie decides the boys need to be separated, so she orders them both to new desks far away from each other. He then complains about the desk he's moved to and says Amal has been assigned to a better desk. At this point, Schultz is furious. Whatever his goal was, he's clearly not getting it. So instead of trying to work within the agency's guidelines, Schultz goes down to the Virginia State Courthouse and gets a restraining order against his CIA co-worker, Amal. The CIA goes in full damage control and activates something known as the Threat Management Unit, because now this internal issue was being played out in open court, which for the CIA is unprecedented. So the CIA decides to move both Schultz and Amal to two separate branches altogether. Schultz responds by threatening to go public, saying he could reach out to the media and have an article written titled, "CIA Punishes Employee for Reporting Office Death Threats." Regardless, Schultz tries to make the best of his situation, and after relocating down to the 8th floor, Schultz tries to continue work on one of the tools he had developed, known as Brutal Kangaroo, only to find that his access had been revoked due to his branch change. Senior officials at the CIA had allowed him to copy the Brutal Kangaroo tool for his own use. Schultz instead took control of the original tool and removed access by all other OSB members. This led to him being stripped of his network administrator access, and on November 10th, 2016, he officially resigned from the CIA. But was this really enough to leak all the CIA tools? Was the so-called Patriot so upset that he would expose some of the most sensitive secrets of his own country? As the agents began to interview Schultz, these questions lingered. According to the agents, During the interview, he downplayed the severity of the leak, saying the initial Vault 7 release didn't contain any source code, so it wasn't too severe. Said he couldn't imagine anybody from his former office giving that information to WikiLeaks, and suggested the agents look for spikes of activity in the network, which would indicate copying of documents. He also informed them that earlier that day, during his lunch break, he went home and printed out travel documents and grabbed his diplomatic CIA-issued passport because he was coincidentally planning.
I lead a pretty healthy lifestyle. I eat salad, coffee black.
To fly down to Mexico, he was supposed to return his passport once he was out of the agency. At the interview got the agents presented Schultz with a subpoena and a search warrant. They seized his cell phone and all head back to Schultz's home. The locker room, beginning about the weeks following the meeting, the FBI began examining Schultz's personal devices, which were all now in possession. While reviewing his desktop computer, FBI agents came across an encrypted directory. The directory is around 54 gigabytes in size. Due to the directory being encrypted, the agents aren't sure what exactly it is. They have an idea. Schultz's personal cell phone, which is now in their possession, is a note set, a bunch of random passwords and emails. One of them amounts to 10 and reveals 50 gigabytes of illegal pornography. They also made some mild steps discussing the downloading of the find a photograph on Schultz's cell phone and sexually assaulting him. And all this, Schultz is woken up by the government for arresting the suspect. They are not yet indicted on anything related to the case. He hears that the government is trying to keep him in custody. He objects and says the crime on his charges is in fact non-violent, victimless. Schultz sits in the Manhattan Prison trial. Luckily, FBI agents looking at the Manhattan Prison need to collect all 7 of the There's a problem. Documents are still classified, even though they're publicly available. FBI agents tasked with collecting the documents. Head down to a local desk, purchase a brand new laptop, and then go to a Starbucks to use their free public Wi-Fi. Download the entirety of the classified documents. And they finally go through documents. Still not indicted on anything related to the New York Times headline suspect. Pretty much online posters, WikiLeaks advocates, just general skeptics, picking apart the allegations against them back then regarding the child abuse theory. I feel Chappelle in this spring of Chicago is like the stranger from allegations on the public down. So he doesn't come into saying this is wrong theory. It's a compelling theory. At least it would be if Joshua Schultz wasn't also a bit of a idiot. Instead of falling into this obvious theory, many would believe it. Schultz's defense for having this material on his computer was that he ran a server in common that was essentially open to all of his friends, and he simply didn't know what files other users had uploaded on it. The next month, the government finally indicted Schultz for continuing charges ranging from illegal gagging of national defense information and property to obstruction of justice and rape. The trial for these charges commenced in early. In the meantime, Schultz had gotten quite used to prison. He had found a way to hotwire the light switch in his cell to act as a cell phone, gotten a contraband cell phone. He created social media accounts dedicated to prison businesses. He sent journalists classified information pertaining to the other people, and even reached out to WikiLeaks and published 25 pages of his prison arrangements, which consisted of him saying he was going to bring down the justice system, crying about house arrest, and making fun of people who pretended to be Muslim and Jewish and rails and later converted to Islam. Things seemed to be working out okay until October, when 50 FBI agents and a cell phone smoking dog raid the jail, take his cell phone, and throw his ass in solitary confinement. Schultz later told judge he was being tortured in jail, claiming the officials of the jail subject him to cold and mental punishment, and wrote, "In order to receive better treatment, Guantanamo Bay. I have seen the footage myself." Schultz was still in solitary confinement, well up to his community. The trial, the prosecution provided evidence that after being stripped of his administrative privileges due to the Tingle agency, Schultz still kept a secret-like door to the University of Memphis. On April 28, 2016, Schultz accessed that password using the password King Josh 3000. While logged in, he accessed one specific password, March 3rd, 2016 password. He then attempted to set the log file in the history. As it turns out, Vault 7 release on WikiLeaks to this day is a perfect match for that March 3rd backup. But despite this, some more circumstantial evidence, both was only convicted on contempt of court and making false statements to them. The reason for this seems to be that Schultz defense attorney did a good job at selling back the government, and also that the technicalities of the entire case were fucking confusing, especially the random jurors who might not even own it. So the judge declared a mistrial with a retrial scheduled for immediately. In the meantime, Schultz decided he could defend himself. So he fired the defense attorney and investigated the jury, and began spending the next 2 years learning how to properly defend himself. He was convicted on trial. During his sentence, he allegedly ran for 29 years, calling the jail his house, New York's own Auschwitz, and comparing himself to Nelson Mandela. He was sentenced to 40 years. When news about Schultz first started hitting Patrick Kingston in New York talked to a couple of his friends. Written that Schultz was and even go as far as to draw swastikas in Jewish students' yearbook, not because he was anti-Nazi or racist, but really just because he was anti-Muslim in the law. It's hard to imagine he was making powerful and intelligent women. Didn't know about this, but knew about it, and was still hiding it. This guy who may have never even realized that he was stolen if WikiLeaks hadn't publicly released it. If all it takes is one rogue album, there's history of problematic behavior. He dismantled their entire system. How secure is national security?
No idea. I don't have any idea yet, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Honestly, one of the most like inspiring things for me
kind
when
of playing
I'm trying
around
to
with
be
stuff.
creative is just making a guitar
Playing
tone.
around
Like as I'm
with-
dialing in a tone, I start riffing around on stuff, and then I find cool ideas that I like. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Also,
he's
for
playing
whatever
around with stuff,
reason,
too.
since I got the Quad Cortex, I've loved wearing a guitar strap. I don't know why. Like I think I like to just like stand up and like dial stuff in on the Quad Cortex and like kind of be on my feet and walk around. Obviously I can't do that right now because the camera's set up for me to be sitting down, but pretty much all the tones I've dialed in on the Quad Cortex so far since I got it last week, I've been like standing up, walking around, like just jamming. It's been so fun. Hey, Editing Nick here. I just wanted to interject real quick and say that if you're interested in watching an unboxing and first impressions video for the Quad Cortex, I have that up on my members only videos. So go check that out if you're interested. All right, back to it. I also love the Gojira Overdrive. It's so nasty. Let's do a little shootout with the Pliny Drive. It might be too much. Might be too much for what I'm going for with this tone. Yeah, the Pliny Drive is so much more focused. Let's try the Pliny Compressor. I love seeing the gain reduction on the Pliny Compressor because in the plugin, it's just a pedal, but on the Quad Cortex, you can actually see the gain reduction. Yeah, that sounds good, dude. Let's get rid of the Gojira Overdrive. I think I've decided on the Pliny Overdrive and the Pliny Compressor. Dude, you know what I'm actually super stoked about? The plug-in gate is now on the Quad Cortex. Before I downloaded the new update, I was having to put like 2 or 3 gate blocks on my signal chain just to try to get it to emulate what the plug-in gate did, and I still couldn't. But dude, my favorite gate that I've ever played through is the Neural DSP, just the global gate on those plugins. I don't know what it is about this gate. It has one knob, it has a threshold knob. I don't know what the other settings are set to. I don't know the attack time, I don't know the release time, but I feel like it's smart, right? I don't know, has anybody else noticed that? I feel like it's smart. Like it knows when you want to be like, but it also knows when you want to just sustain and like hold out a chord. And it doesn't just chop the audio. Like you can hold the chord all the way out. Still going. You can let it just naturally fade out, but you can hear it like close up when you're trying to be super tight. Like, dude, I don't know what it is about the Neural DSP plugin gate, but dude, it's like smart. It knows what I want. Always. I might be the only one this excited to have the plug-in gate on the Quad Cortex. All right, this is sounding really good so far. I want it to be a little brighter. Do we go 57 or 421? The 57 is brighter. Maybe a little more tone on the overdrive. That sounds so good. Oh, another huge addition that I'm super stoked about is the transpose from the plugin. Transpose block right here, which I've been retroactively adding to all of my existing presets that I made before I got the new update. So yeah, having that is also really sick. Okay, I'm happy with this rhythm tone at the moment. Ooh, what should we name this? We should think of a dumb name. Let's see, I'm using the Gojira amp. Gojira just played the Olympics, and I'm resisting the urge to call it Gentlympics. Chug-Olympics. Okay, we're calling it the Chug-Olympics. Chug-Olympics. I hate it. It's so dumb. All right, we've got a sick rhythm tone. Let's write a riff with this.
Process of endless.
Okay, I think we got something going here with a cool riff. So far, it's like... So I can kind of play that in several different spots on the fretboard in different keys, trying to figure out what key it sounds best in. So we've got it here. And then we can play it so many other places. We can play it here. You can also play it here.
Easy. Easy drummer. Easy drummer. Let's put this over 9, 8. Can you get find? Yeah, it's not going to be able to find the. That's crazy. cool feature. Just automatic clicking this. It's like an envelope effect. Easy Mix coming in clutch. It's an old version of Easy Mix. Easy Mix 2. There's a new one coming out. Man, I can barely see shit, to be honest. Let's see, drums. There's a search feature. That search feature. Let's see. Man, I can barely speak. Snap on that one. Bottom snare. clickier to me with this preset. hear more smack. cool. It's a way better drum sound compared to that. Without it, it's... Yeah, it's proof that you still need to add processing, even if it's Easy Drummer and they come with the presets and it's pre-mixed. It sounds a lot better if you play around with it. I'm honestly pretty sleepy. I don't know how much longer I keep going. I got a few more minutes. Let's see, what do I got for my guitar sounds? What am I doing? Oh, doubler. want to try the Gojira right now. I'm going to do that. Time for the Gojira amp. Gojira X. Let's go. I own the Gojira X. I was demoing the Nolly earlier, but right out of the box, I don't know. I feel like I have so many high gain Neural DSP amps that, and I have some of the refreshed, updated ones, and generally the newer ones. So I have a pretty good selection of amps to work with. So let's try this one real quick. Kind of fizzy sounding. Maybe let's run everyone online. I've been seeing posts on Neural DSP, and I'm so sleepy and like stoned, I think. Since the Quad Cortex 3.0 update came out, I've been seeing posts on the Neural DSP. I want to say Twitter, but it's not Twitter. It's Reddit, subreddit, Neural DSP subreddit, and some of the threads have been regarding that the presets in the plugins that have been ported over to CoreOS sound amazing, sound better than the amp sims that come native with CoreOS, which is cool because, like, to me, in my opinion, like, yeah, I made a right purchasing decision when I went with the amp sims on the Windows 11 platform, because they do sound really good. Anyways, here we go. Let's try this out. Drop that down. It's not even with the doubler mode on. Let's check it out with doubler. Let's get down to drop G. It's just disgusting sounding, huh? Loop that a little bit. Put that up there. I forgot to engage the loop. ridiculously low. To me, this is kind of a sweet spot. Baritone tuning is a sweet spot to me. You get this nice, tight, crunchy, low B. We need to tune. Tuning's not too bad. Oh my god. Such an insane tone. Like the tuning that Korn uses. Tune back up to standard. It's just meant to be down-tuned. so many other tones. One of the other ones. See how it sounds. Darker. The fizzier top end. God damn, dude, that shit sounds insane. Fuck, it sounds so good. I gotta go to bed already, man. It's late. little bit of that, huh? A little bit of that. A little bit of the yayo. Need more. Throw some chorus on there. Need more mix. And let's add some reverb. Alright, I am going to bed. Hasta la night, guys. Guys,